My name is Eli Crane, and I'm the CEO and part owner in Bottle Breacher.
And I'm Jen Crane, and I am co-owner of Bottle Breacher / Eli's everything he needs to run the business.
Yeah.
My first job was a research student at the University Medical Center here in Tucson, Arizona. I was a research student for a psychiatric department. I was really interested in studying depression, and I changed jobs because I realized that I couldn't actually help people being a psychiatrist, but I could in business. So I changed fields. And Eli, what did you do?
My first job was Baskin-Robbins, I think.
Or Dairy Queen?
Well, Dairy Queen came after Baskin-Robbins, and I actually got fired from both. No big deal. But my first dream job was becoming a Navy SEAL. I think I became a Navy SEAL back in 2006. And I just finished doing that October 17th of this year. So
Last year.
that was the best job I've ever had. It was fantastic. But I have a family now, and it was time to do something where I could be home a little bit more.
My first dream job was owning my own business. I started back in 2008 selling prints, graphic design, distressed frames online, very Pinteresty. It was a lot of fun, but I really liked working for myself. So that was definitely my first dream job.
All right, my advice for somebody that's trying to pursue their dream job would be a couple things. First, I wouldn't let money be an option at all. My dad gave me a piece of advice in high school. He said, Eli, the trick to being happy in your career is to pick something in life you do for free, and the money will come later. Basically, the whole thought behind it is that if you're doing something that you love so much you do it for free, you'll become so good at it that you'll be such a commodity that people will pay you whatever you want. The next thing that I would advise people that are looking for their dream job is be prepared to make sacrifices. The first laser engraver we ever bought at Bottle Breacher was because I sold my baby, my 2004 Big Dog K9 motorcycle. I love that thing. It was like my therapy. Anytime I was upset, just wanted to get out and have some fun, I'd take off on that thing and just fly around San Diego. And I said, you know what, I'm gonna give this thing up so that I can further this business and provide for my family. So that's one thing that people need to know, sacrifice. Use what you have, leverage what you have. A lot of people, you gotta think outside the box and use what you have as tools to get you where you wanna go. Those are probably my two biggest tips. And the last one is probably, you're gonna hit brick walls along the way. Don't stop at those brick walls. Find a way around them. That's what happens to a lot of people. They run into a brick wall, or 2 brick walls, or 3 brick walls, and they say, that's it, I'm done, I can't do it. But all day, every day, that's what Jen and I do. We figure out how to get around brick walls, and we figure out how to get around obstacles. And if you want to achieve your dream job and you want to achieve your goals, those 3 things are probably the biggest things in achieving your dream job.
I would define success as achieving your goals, having balance in your life. I think just being happy. I thrive off of being happy, and I thrive off of being around happy people. And I think success to each person is different. And so to me, I feel successful because I have 2 children that I love. I have a husband that loves me, and we have a business that's doing good. We don't have the newest car or the best house, but I'm happy. And so that to me means I have a successful life.
Yeah, that's kind of how I define success too. It's just having balance, setting goals, achieving goals, and being happy. And that's another piece of advice I got when I was young. My parents told me and my brothers, we don't really care if you work at the local gas station. If you're happy, then we'll be happy for you. And I think a lot of people, they set these goals and they work so hard and tirelessly, and they end up not being happy. So I mean, what's the point? So it's like, if it doesn't matter what you're doing, if you're happy and you love doing what you're doing, then I think you're pretty successful. If I could change jobs with anybody, I think I'd change jobs with old Peyton Manning. I think I'm getting old, but I think I could lead the Broncos to a Super Bowl. I really do. So
If I could change jobs with anyone, I wouldn't be a specific person, but I would like to be a pilot. Maybe even Air Force or just
she always tells me Air Force or she wants to join the military, but I remind her that she's got to be able to do a push-up, so
yeah.
it's probably not going to
I
happen.
could probably do it. A pilot. I want to be a pilot. My defining moment in my career was going on Shark Tank. It was absolutely amazing. It took a lot of time and work and to get on the show. And then once getting there, it was a very long day, a lot of preparation, knowing our numbers, knowing what we wanted. We left leaving with 2 sharks. We have Kevin O'Leary and Mark Cuban, and it couldn't have gone more perfect. It was defining when we got the deal, when they signed the deal, when we aired. Working with them has been absolutely amazing. It's been a ride, but it's been good. And that as soon as we left the stage, I remember looking at the canvas and thinking, like, this is it. We just did it. And so that was definitely defining for me.
The defining point in my career has been becoming a Navy SEAL. I became a SEAL back in 2006. It took me twice to make it through SEAL training. The first time I didn't make it, I failed, and I was sent out to a ship for 2.5 years. That was pretty rough for me, but I rolled the dice again, I came back, and I made it through. The reason it was such a defining point in my career is because once I made it through that, you know, I've been to war 3 times now. You know, we have this, you know, we have a pretty successful business so far, but nothing in life has even come close to doing what I've done in the SEAL teams. I mean, everything in life has been kind of a cakewalk in comparison. And when I accomplished that, I knew that there was nothing in life that I couldn't do. And so, you know, even though a lot of the things we do are hard, nothing really intimidates me anymore. And so getting that confidence was definitely a defining point for me.
Except getting married.
Except getting married, right? This is Dream Jobbing with Eli Crane.
And Jen Crane.
Change your story.
Change your story.